Well, hi to all my awesome followers and family and friends. Well, we're getting ready to start doing our fairy challenge today, but I wanted to show you where I started. It hasn't been an easy haul this week trying to get things cleaned up and ready to go. And I have to pull all these different fairy items from all different parts of my garden. But you're all worth it, as you can see. You're going to start small or big, it doesn't matter. As you can see, I have some small containers here, and you're going to see what I did with a few of those items. I happened to come out and find a bunch of little mushrooms up in my garden. So I took one of my little fairies and took her out there and put her in near all those little mushrooms that popped up. See how pretty that looks? You don't have to go spend a ton of money for anything you're doing. This little fairy I bought last year, sweet as can be, and she's got her little friend with her, her protector. And here's another one of my little friends, and she has one of her friends with her. And they're out in some other mushrooms. These aren't even the same mushrooms. So you can see we have got two little miniature gardens here, and we didn't do anything but place them around the mushrooms. Now that was the easy part. Now let's see the hard part. This is where all of my small miniature fairy gardens items go. Most of these are Dollar Tree accessories. And as you can see, it's a giant big mess. I need to get in here and clean it up. And as you also see, I really don't even have hardly any plants in here. Let's see how many I can get done and not spend any money. So you think you had it bad doing one fairy garden. Look at all the fairy gardens Grandma needs to get in here and clean up this month. Remember, Grandma's going to try to do a miniature garden or fairy garden or whatever you want to call it this month. So that is a lot of fairy gardens. But you see, I have a lot that are a mess. So I'm going to have so much fun. Well, once upon a time, this was a beautiful fairy garden out here. And all the pieces that were used in it were from Dollar Tree. And as you see, it looks very, very sad once again. And the only thing that we still have alive in here in the way of the plants, and they need to be cleaned up also, are my succulents. Now, some of these pots have no succulents in them because probably last year they only had flowers in them. And that's what my point is going to be this year. I'm going to plant with more plants that will live from year to year and succulents and get away from just things that look pretty. Because, not that I won't do some of those pretty fairy gardens, but I'm getting pretty tired of looking at sad things like this. The once upon a time it was a beautiful area. Now it looks terrible. I know it's going to be hard to believe, but this will be beautiful again very soon. Within a very short amount of time, I will have this whole area replanted. We'll see how much fairy garden I can get redone this year, because I have about 100 fairy gardens, so I have a lot to replant and redo. But for sure, we're going to get all these done. Let's see. I'm going to stop the machine long enough to count how many containers I have in this area. For sure, 100% for sure, these will be all redone. Hang on for a minute. Back from counting. 18 containers in this little tiny area. And all 18 containers were, except for maybe one, so 17 containers are all Dollar Tree accessories. And I want you to see how cute some of these little buildings are. And, well, I take it back. There might be a few more that don't have Dollar Tree accessories. I do see a few more, but they're all small containers.
I had all the small houses and the little small things all together, and most of these are Dollar Tree. So when I redo this, I would say 90% of it's going to be Dollar Tree and a few things from other shopping halls at different stores, but the pieces were small. Because I like keeping all my small stuff together, my medium stuff together, and my big stuff together. It is not always possible, but that's what I try to do. We're going to be going around and throwing a lot of stuff up. We're going to be throwing a lot of stuff out. I have a lot of stuff that are broken in here, look terrible, and just need to be getting rid of. I have a lot of trash that needs to be cleaned up also. So this fairy garden will look nice very soon. Before I get done with this 30 gardens in 30-day challenge, I will have this whole area here that looks really bad, and I'm not even showing you how bad it really looks because it looks super bad and I don't want to depress myself. So you can tell I have a lot to do and a lot of cleaning to do, and I may give more updates of areas before and after, because it probably will make me feel better to see that I worked really hard and I've cleaned this area up. This area that we're in right now is the beginning of all of my fairy gardens that I've been doing for the last 8 or 9 years. So even though it looks really bad, you're going to see me clean it up really quick, because really there's not a lot of weeds in here. It's just that it needs to be cleaned, because these fairy gardens have been in here so many years. It isn't that bad. It's just general cleaning is really what the problem is. I can get in here and clean this in a few days and you won't even recognize the place. But putting these fairy gardens together, that's what takes time. And I'm going to go in here, I'm going to get everything cleaned up. And so I want you guys all to think out of the box a little bit on your fairy gardens. I'm trying to get you guys all jazzed up to try to work on yours. And you can see I have a lot more to do than you do. If I can do this, you can do it too. See you later, my awesome buddies, in the future. I hope we have some beautiful fairy gardens this year. I'm so excited about this challenge. Come on now, guys. Make me proud. Let's get some fairy gardens going. Yay, yay, yay. Get some fairy gardens going. Fairy gardens, fairy gardens. Okay, I hope that's enough excitement for you. That's about all I can do.